Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well today. Today I want to film a bit of like cool tone, grungy. I feel like grungy makeup is making a comeback. And I saw a few people doing this like soft goth makeup. And I think it's very like, almost like soft glam, but dark. So we're going to go dark with the eyes, very cool tone, but yeah, it's kind of like that pretty soft glam vibe, but like gothy. So yeah, I love soft glam, and I also love grungy like gothy makeup. So this to me is like the perfect pairing. I would love it if you can like and subscribe. It would mean an awful lot to me. And yeah, let's get into it. I have just got moisturiser on my face. I'm looking very shiny. Okay, I'm going to moisturise my lips. Yeah, this kind of makeup to me is great. I love really like full glam, cool tone, grungy makeup, and I feel like I'm starting to see it a lot more. I feel like more makeup is coming back, so I'm very excited for that because I like to wear a lot of makeup. I feel like looks are coming back. I feel like putting on like a crazy eye or doing like a really bold lip is kind of like statement makeup is coming back. Okay, to start I'm going to go in with this YSL primer. This is very bougie. It's very similar to the Hourglass Veil primer. So if you have one, like the other is identical. Yeah, the glitter in it is just makes me feel bougie. And I'm just gonna put this on. I normally do just like a pump and a half, and then I kind of add on the rest. And I rub this in with my hands. I don't know what is in this. It does feel silicone-y, but it feels like the good kind of silicone, not like the cheap stuff. Makes your face feel so soft and buttery and just, it's, yeah, delicious. It's got like a smell. It's kind of like a fresh smell. It's not kind of like a sweet smell. And yeah, if I could like rub my body in it, I would. The feel of it is just 10 out of 10. Today I want to go for matte skin. I feel like when you're doing like a grungy look, matte skin and like matte eyes are just like a necessity for me. I'm going to go with my Fenty Pro FILT'R Mattifying Primer True Matte. I've spoken about this before. It's my favourite matte primer. I'm going to put quite a bit on today, but this I'm going to go in with a brush. And yeah, this is like super hydrating but matte. For foundations, I pulled out my Makeup Revolution. This is the IRL Longwear foundation. This is super matte. It's a very light. I don't know if you can like see. So I have pulled out the OG Estée Lauder Double Wear. I'm basically mostly going to use this, but I'm going to mix a bit of this in with that. Both of these are obviously like nice matte foundations, and we want to go like full coverage today. One thing I've always hated is that the Double Wear, I know you can buy a pump, but then the lid doesn't fit on. This is actually quite yellow. This is in 1W1, which I guess W means warm, so no wonder this is a bit yellow. Bone. And then I'm going to mix in, this is in F1 and this is like really light, but this is really nice and neutral. You can see the difference. And I'm actually going to take a brush to blend this in. This is just my Morphe E63 and it's got like a really nice taper on. I really like this. I really love cool tone makeup and I think it can look super flattering on people. Sometimes when I see people, when they put on the cool tone, to me it just makes them look like cooler, if that makes sense. As in like cool as in like edgy. I feel like wearing cool tone makeup can make you just really look a bit different, and maybe that's just because we're so used to just always seeing like warmth. I mean, even with adding in the Estée Lauder, it's giving Ghost. Let me add some more Estée Lauder. Combo of those two together are really nice. I always got on well with double wear. At one point it was like my daily foundation, like I would wear it to like school. I don't know who I thought I was wearing Estée Lauder to school. This was like later on, like year 13. But still, it's actually wild that I would go to school with like full coverage on. But I guess everybody did. Like it was just the norm. I mean, that's added a hint more colour, but I'm still giving Ghost. Okay, because we're going full coverage day, I've got my HNB, this is, I don't know, the Soft Focus Airbrush Concealer. I used this in my Kimmy K video and I really loved it. I don't know why, for ages I just really hated it, but since then I've been loving it when I want something really full coverage. So I grabbed this today and we're gonna go for it. So I want quite a bit under my eye. I'm gonna go in the middle of the forehead. Like we're really gonna conceal. Not that I need it for coverage, but I want it for brightness. This I am gonna blend in with a sponge, and I'm just going to blend. Yeah, I really like this. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe I was using it with maybe the wrong tool, or maybe I wore it with the wrong foundation. And in the shade I have in this is SF 0.5 N neutral. And I wouldn't say it is actually that neutral. For me it has got a bit of a like a yellow undertone, but maybe I'm thinking that maybe I need to start trying cool over neutral, because I find a lot of neutral throws up yellow on me. So maybe I need to start trying cool, because then that will appear more neutral. Is that right? Is that like the right kind of thought process? Okay, I'm just going to set down my under eyes with my e.l.f. and I'm just going to, yes, set right under. I'm going to go quite like grungy with my eyes, but I do always like to set before I bake. Right, for contour slash cream bronzer, I've got my Fenty cream bronzer in amber, which is super grey. Then I've also got my Halo Glow contour wand, and I'm really going to take my time in using both of these to really kind of sculpt out my face. I want to create like lots of dimension with these, so I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to first go in with the cream with the Fenty. I'm going to pick a smaller brush than I would normally use. She's kind of got like a bit of an angle on. I mean, it's still a bit fluffy, but normally I use something like this, which is obviously like a lot bigger. But I want to be a bit more like precise. This is super grey, and I actually really like how grey it is. And this can be like quite scary for some people, but I'm just kind of going into my like hollows with this. And I'm not kind of going up here. Normally if I was to bronze, I like to bring it kind of really blown out, but can you see that's just really added like a chiseled vibe. And because this is like a soft look, like I want it to be there but not super like harsh. Okay, and now with the e.l.f. Halo wand, I'm just going to kind of sculpt a bit more. This colour is really nice because it's super light, like it's actually like truly light. It's slightly less grey than the Fenty. So I've kind of just drawn my face down and I've done my nose. And I'm going to take the same brush and just kind of buff this out. Yeah, and I feel like this just kind of slightly slims my face down. And I'm just going to blend in this nose contour. It's just, yeah, the perfect kind of sculpting tone. Yeah, I like that. Okay, we are going to go in with a tiny bit of blush, and this is in Ballet Slipper from P. Louise. It's like the lightest pink like ever, and I think because this is like a soft like grungy makeup look, like that's how light it is, I think it will just make it like the look a bit prettier, but without adding like too much warmth. You can see it's just added that like wash. Okay, for powder we're going to go in with the trusty Laura Mercier in translucent. I always forget about this, then when I see it in my drawer I'm like, you're a good one. And I'm taking my puff and I'm just going to start setting kind of everywhere. I'm going to slightly sculpt here. Yeah, this powder is stunning, like it's an OG like great powder for a reason. It does have a bit of like a talky smell though. It's one thing I always think. I don't particularly like the smell. I just think sculpting just under here with powder can really like elevate a look. And I'm going in with quite a lot of this, but I want that like matte vibe. Yeah, so pretty. I feel like I look like I've got like a filter, which we love. For powder bronzer, I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm gonna go in with the bronzer side. This is the only kind of cool tone bronzer I have, so I'm gonna go in sparingly, but I feel like I do need to like add in some powder bronzer. I'm using a little bit more of a smaller brush than normal because I just want to keep it quite concentrated again. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of brought that structure like back in. Yeah, I feel like my makeup looks pretty. This is the kind of like softness that I wanted, but it's like super cool tone and like matte. I'm going to set this all down with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I'm just going to take a bit more powder and just set even more like after I've sprayed, just to really keep everything like super matte and like locked in. Okay, for brows I'm going to go in with my NYX brow glue. I'm not going to make them super fluffy. I want to make them kind of quite thin today. So even though I'm using this, I'm not fluffing up at all. I'm just like dragging through, kind of pushing them like in, like from the top and from the bottom. I mean, I have quite big brows, so they're not going to be like paper thin. And then with a pencil, I'm just going to really fill them in, like a bit more than normal, and actually make them quite a dark brow. This is the NYX pencil in Ash Brown. I feel like maybe I should have picked up something a bit darker. What I might do is I might take my really little brush and just fill in with some dark eyeshadow. Yeah, gone for a bold brow. For eyes, let me just zoom you in a bit. Hi, nice and close. Okay, prep always with vanilla eye wand, and I want to do like a very matte, almost like grey whitish eye, and then I'm going to add like definition around my eye with like black. Okay, so for palettes, I have got my 90s palette by YVES, which is the perfect cool tone palette. I've also got my Natasha Denona Glam palette, which I kind of picked out for this shade here and this kind of darkness. Okay, so we want like a real white slash grey base. So I think on my 90s palette I'm basically going to use Skimp and Supermodel mixed together. Kind of put this all over the eye. I love the way like a good matte eyeshadow makes your eye look like it's been airbrushed. So as you can see, it's not too different, but it's just really like smoothed out that lid. Same with this eye. And then I'm going to go in with a bit of this like whatever, just to make it a bit more grayer. It's got like a slight purple tone. And then I'm going to run those kind of grey colours, the first ones that I used, so Skimp and Supermodel, just under. You're not going to see it, but again it's just adding something there, like adding the same colours from the bottom, from the top on the bottom. And I'm coming quite low down with it, and I'm going to go in with a bit of that whatever as well. So all the colours I'm putting on the top go on the bottom. I'm going to go in with the Natasha Denona colour now, and I want to use that kind of like taupey, this taupey colour back on that first brush. And I'm just going to run this through the crease. Okay, and now for the more like crazy stuff, we're going to go in with pencil. This is the soft Kajal eye pencil, and it's almost in like a very dark, like browny black. And what I am going to do is I'm just going to run this, I really need to see a bit closer. I'm going to run this along my lash line. And I'm going to go along the bottom too. This is where we can really start to like grunge it up and be a bit messy. And I'm going to take my favourite kind of like pointy brush. And just start blending that out. Then I'm going to take just some dark, like browny black eyeshadow. And I've just taken like a really thin brush and I'm just going to start buffing that. I want to create like a wing, but I want it to be like very straight. So like a very straight out wing, nothing like flicked, so it's like straight across. And kind of going back in with those fluffier brushes and just really blending. So it's like super soft. And I want to take like a light colour on my finger. And I'm just gonna add in some lightness in the front here. And I feel like when you do it with your finger, it like is really like intense. Like so. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off and do the other eye so that we can like finish the look. Okay, it looks a bit crazy. It looks very like pandery. But once we've got the lips and the mascara and lashes, it like looks prettier. We zoom you back out. So yeah, they're like grungy, but that's the vibe. I'm gonna go in with my iconic triple threat mascara. And I'm just gonna push my lashes like out to the side, which will give me a bit of like a feline look. You want to choose a mascara that is a bit clumpy. Like we want that kind of like clumpy, grungy lash. And I'm gonna do my bottom lashes too. Already with lashes, I think it looks like prettier. Do you want to do lashes because it is kind of like a glam look? I'm going to pick my favourite like fluffy lashes, which I think will just add a bit of like fluff on the ends. I'm going to take my Doll Beauty lash glue, just like little wispy ones. And I really want to put them on the like edge. Yeah, I love these lashes. I love how like fluffy they are. I think they're really pretty. Right, I think lips are gonna like nail it. So I have for lip liner, I've got my Maybelline Colour Sensational in Gone Greige Perfect Cool Tone Liner if you've got fair skin. I'm going to go in with the second liner. This is just my first one. And then my second liner is Taupe by Refi. And I love these together because I find the Gone Greige one is a little bit purplier, and then if you add this, just softens it like a hint. Then we're going to go in with Celebrity Skin from Jeffree Star. This is the gloss, the Supreme Gloss. I'm obsessed with this colour. And just let that all like work in. And then I'm going to go in with my NYX Soft Matte Cream. Just really lighten up that centre. And then lastly, we are going to do a few cute little moles just to like just elevate the look a bit, and I'm going in with my pencil. Been really liking this whole like, yeah, mole vibe. I feel like the lip is a little dark. I feel like it looks cute, but I did want something lighter. But I'm going to leave it for today. Okay, so here we have it, final look. I am obsessed. The lip is a little bit darker than I wanted. I did want something a little bit lighter, but I think it works. I think the skin is like really soft, blended, matte. The eyes, very grungy, very like gothy with all the like smudgy, like 90s kind of grunge vibe. I love this. I feel like it is like striking and like glam, which is what I hope 2024 is like full of. That kind of like glam that you see. We don't want any of this subtle glam vibe. But yeah, so happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really fun. Like always, I will link all my products down below. Thank you so much for watching. It was definitely like a trust the process look, especially with the eyes. At one point it was giving like Kiss. But we're looking glam, we're looking cute, we're looking pretty, and I think that's what kind of soft glam is. It's that like pretty but like in your face glam. Hope you enjoyed this. Love filming it for you guys, and yeah, hopefully see you again super soon.